What's good is Kelby Cannon, publisher of Making It Magazine, founder of the membership, and right now you are live with Making It for Indies featuring Dude Dynamik.
What's good? What's good with it?
Dude Dynamik. Let the people know who you are and where you from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The name is Dude Dynamik from the two, but not the two. So when I say two, I mean the 229. That's Cordele, Georgia. About 2.5 hours south of the A. I reside in the A right now, so we in Atlanta. And that's how I was able to meet my guy Kelby and the people over at Making It Mag. So yeah, been up in Atlanta for like 7 years now.
Okay. So let's talk about your journey coming to Atlanta, like from Cordele, Georgia. Like, were you doing music before you moved to Atlanta? Or was
No,
there something that you got into after you got here?
yeah, not at all. Not at all. Didn't I mean I may have like written like a poem or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But nothing really like just saying, like going after music. I may have done like a freestyle here and there, but um not really like serious, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Stuff that black people do.
Yeah.
We freestyle, but it wasn't serious. I didn't start doing music until 2021 seriously. So like coming off of like COVID, I kind of got that itch to do music. It was something I had always wanted to do, just never really had time for it. Being a college athlete, you got school, you got football, you got work, you got freaking, your social life, all those things, right? Didn't never really had time for it. And so with the world shutting down in 2020, I was just like, you know what? I just paid off some debt, paid off over $61,000 in debt. I'm like, I can do anything. I have all this time. I was working like three different jobs, and so like, let two of them go, and I was just doing my main gig, and so I was like, I want to do music. Um, and so started in 2021, released my first project called Find My Way, and the rest is history.
All right. So now, so cause like, I think that's one of the funny things. Well, I will just collapse some stuff. Like, yeah, this happened and then that happened. It was like all this
Hmm.
in between.
Oh yeah,
So there was
yeah.
this moment where it's like, no, I'm doing this seriously.
Mhm.
So what were those first steps? Like, what was that first thing that you did that was just like, yo, I'm doing this seriously, so I gotta do this thing.
Okay, yeah. So shout out to my cousin CK the Legend. Wherever you are in the world, man, I love you, bro. I let him know that I want to do music. So he had a system. We were living together at the time. He had a system and studio. I mean, studio. And so he taught me how to record all that stuff. And it got to a point where like I was really itching, scratching that itch, and I want to record all the time. He was like, "Cause you're gonna have to get your own." You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, so, it was me taking that step, him giving me the direction, like, hey, you can go to, I got this guy, I know he do the laptop deal, like, we could go to Guitar Center, I can show you which microphones to get. And so, he had already taught me how to record, so I know all
Right.
this stuff. I just need, my own setup. And so, I think that was when it was really like, all right, yeah.
All
Like
right.
I'm doing this for real. Yeah, I got my own situation, my own, so I can record whenever I come up, have an idea. I'm in the
Uh,
shower, just woke
uh,
up, wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really when I was like, I'm in it, and stuff started to work together.
and I think that's important for artists to have their own recording setup.
These
I
days,
think,
yes.
yeah, like because I think it's for especially with the whole thing of getting acclimated and finding your voice and finding
Mhm.
who you are because it gives you the freedom. Because I feel like a lot of times it's hard to experiment in a
Yes.
room with other people and like because you can especially when you getting fresh in this like you're
Mm-hmm.
everything's new to you
Yep.
so just having that freedom to experiment and find
Right.
your sound.
Right. And you be on a
um
time crunch
yeah
too. You know what I'm saying? You paying for time. So you can't just do, you
Yeah,
gotta go in there and already be, you know,
yeah.
knowing what you're gonna do. You can't play around with that money.
And that was kind of, that was an interesting thing for me when I did music, and that's one of the things I probably never really considered too much. My first song, I paid like maybe $25, $50 to record. Someone had like a one of them old VST 1680s, like the digital, and I just recorded in his living room just to see. And I was like, that shit was terrible. It was like I left with my little demo on the cassette. I was like, oh, this is terrible.
Right.
But I learned how to, I'm like first generation, like getting cracked software off the IRC and learning to record
Mm,
myself. And so
hmm.
like from there, I never paid for studio time again because I was the studio, and like I end up opening the studio and all of that stuff. So like sometimes I forget that time crunch that artists be on when they feel like they in the studio. Like as even while when we had the studio, I wasn't never like pressuring like, yo, you got
Nope.
15 minutes.
Hmm.
It's like, because I understand like creativity, you gotta let it flow sometimes.
Right.
So
Right.
so here's my question for you. So you got your own, you already learned how to record. You dove in, it's like, yo, I gotta get my own setup. Now you recording, you
Yep.
recording, you
Yep.
finding your voice. When was the first time that you actually got in a studio? Like where actual studio where someone else is recording you, a professional studio.
Man. It's probably at Astro Studios, with Ronnie Do Good. Again, my cousin knew CK the Legend. He introduced me to him.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ronnie ended up doing a song together, Still Balling. All off of his face. I think that was like the first time I was actually like in a wow, like
Yeah.
this is where like the big names come, man. They type deal. Ronnie's telling me all these stories. Yeah, he done met J. Cole. He recorded Dram and
Yeah.
all these different stories. I'm like, wow, man, this is cool. And then I think, after that, maybe like with you guys at Making the Studios
Okay.
up there on Forsyth Street, and then over at Vision Studios. So
Okay.
those it's not like a lot,
Yeah.
most like majority of my stuff has been like on my computer, my setup. So, and
Yeah.
it's a lot more convenient that way too, because you ain't gotta send me the file or like
Yeah.
you got it all.
Here's the
You
thing,
got it
it
all.
works.
It
It's
does.
like that, and that's the kind of thing is like it works. And that's why like even so when we opened the studio, like so this was before like the whole point of us opening the studio wasn't to open a studio.
Hmm.
It was really just creating this third space where people could collaborate and bring people together. That was the whole point of what we were doing downtown. It wasn't to like run a studio. It was to create a space where, everybody be at these events and would dap each other up and like, oh, we got to work together. We got to, industry talk. Just creating a space where that could actually happen without the pressure of time crunch. Like, who
Hmm.
paying for the session? You on my session. It's like, so it's just be like, hey, come through. They in there recording and you pop up and you end up laying a hook down for someone else. And then y'all end up finding like, oh, we got chemistry. And you might just have them come. You can't, because you can't have everybody come by your crib. But after
Right.
you record with someone, you get to know somebody. Now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. And
Hmm.
it created a different
Hmm.
energy. So that was the big thing. What we were doing with the studio was to create that third space to facilitate networking. Like that's ultimately like all the company's ever done is like, and that's what we had to like really strip it down and be more intentional about how we explain what we do. Because even
Hmm.
everybody who's a member, when we ask them like, what do we do? And everybody was like, man, nobody could ever really describe it.
Hmm.
It's like once you're a member, then it's like you get it, but you still don't have the words
Right.
for it.
Right.
And so like, but all it is PR. Like
Hmm.
what we do is we leverage our resources to help you build relationships. So
Yes, sir.
we had the studio, we bring all these people together, everybody drinking, eating, having a good time, conversation happens, engineering there,
Yep.
songs happen,
Right.
content rooms, lights, camera, content happens, reposts, sharing each other's stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta come by. You got an event on Wednesday? Like that is
Right.
the whole thing.
Right.
So it's
Right.
so it's like with you're one of those people who got it quickly. Like we had a conversation, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, and from there progressed.
Mm-hmm.
So you moved here like 7 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you COVID hits. You like, all right, I'm gonna do this music thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Recording on your cousin stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, no, my brother, you got to get your own, and you make that commitment, and
Right.
you going in, you recording, you finding your voice. Like, what was that first song that you would say that made you feel like, oh no, this shit real?
Oh,
Like
okay.
that
Yeah.
you felt like that, because it's
Mm-hmm.
two records. It's the
Mm-hmm.
one that you feel like that, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
the one that they show you it is.
Yeah.
So which
Yeah.
one was the first record that you felt like was that one?
Probably Find My Way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that one is like it's on my first project, and um, I don't know. It was just like I wanted to do something completely different with it. Like I wanted to do something completely different, something more melodic, something just like more upbeat. But again, going back, my cousin we got another producer because he been making music since we were like teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean like 13. Like, he did his first show at like 13 in Cordele, right? So like he's, a master networker, and stuff like that. So um he introduced me to this guy named Buddy the God, and he's actually with Buddy is with the DJs that be up that do the Music Mondays. What
Oh,
was it?
Coalition.
He's with Coalition DJs, right?
Okay.
So cousin sends me or connects me with him. Again, I'm just so eager and just ready to like I'm ready to work, bro. I'm ready to work. And so Buddy is there one day at the apartment. He comes by. He has his MPC with him, and he cooks up the beat right in front of me. And so it
Mm-hmm.
was it was a lot slower than like I wanted, but it again just I'm just trying to get something out. I just want to get it out and get the momentum going. Um and the way it came out when it came out, it was just like, man, this song actually sounds good. I played for my cousin. He was like, no, this is good. Like this is good. Compared to like, the other songs on there's like four other songs on there and they're good. I love them all, but like Find My Way was just I still perform that like that's like the
Yeah.
last song I perform anytime I perform. Like, with if I have like a long set. So
Okay.
yeah, Find My Way. I think more recently, a lot of people like Militant and what is it? Not the Same from Death of Gunbar. A lot of people like Not the Same.
Okay.
So yeah, man. But I mean, you put out a lot of music, people have a lot to choose from. So if they see something they like, just one time, they gonna go and look at the rest of your catalog.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, man.
That's why, like, I don't. I'm in a space where I don't believe in albums or projects anymore. Personally,
Dang.
yeah, I don't believe in it
Why?
because it's not real.
Dang, that hurts. That
Like,
hurts.
no, like you want to know why? Really, really,
Uh-huh.
why? It's like, it's like funny how we make up like race is a construct, money is a construct, an album is a construct. Like
Fair enough. Fair enough.
for 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 millennia, music existed as songs. When they was in the field, songs. Beethoven wasn't working on an EP. The concept of a project is let's bundle this shit together because this same piece of vinyl, we could sell it for more if it's more stuff on it. This same CD, we could sell it for, if it costs us 99 cents to make and we sell it as a single, we can only make $3. But if we put a whole bunch more stuff on it, we can sell it for 20. Same piece of plastic.
Man, can't argue with that. I really like you got me with Beethoven.
Yeah.
That dude wasn't making no projects. That dude's he's composing music and playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you
It's
don't know Beethoven, but he doesn't have a project out. He has a song. He has songs that people know, that people
yeah, you know,
revere.
dun 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 dun.
Right.
Like that's what you know. Like, yo, the intro on his like nobody's like and it's like, so there's nothing wrong with doing. I feel like there's nothing wrong with doing
No
an
doubt.
album,
No doubt. No
but
doubt.
I feel like there's like this false pressure and this thing of putting this imposing what was
Hmm.
on what is.
Hmm.
It's a new, like when you had that same piece of vinyl, it made sense to do a project, but now it's like it's just the internet. Like you can release that shit tomorrow. You can release it whenever you want, whatever. Release it while you feeling that way.
Mm.
And that's the thing. So you have that capacity, and then that allows you to shoot more shots.
Fair.
And
Fair enough.
so that's my thing for independent artists. I just want independent artists, just release it as you make it.
Mm.
Release it as you make it.
Yeah.
So, but you do all that. You got all this going on. You got these records, and it goes to like your point is if they find one thing that you like, they'll check out the catalog,
Mm.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather your catalog be sitting on Spotify than on a Western Digital hard drive.
Mm.
And so
Facts. Facts.
that's kind of the thing. So the record that they may
What you know about
love,
Western Digital, man?
bro.
What you know about-
I am a nerd, like, bro. Like, you know, I code.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
Don't insult me. So, but no, like, so you got all of that, this music. Now you're putting it
Hmm.
out, and
Hmm.
you're getting the response. What was the thing where the turning point for you when you decided, like, on a professional level, like, where you really started seeing the progress with your music, or knowing, like, yo, like, taking this seriously on a professional level? Because there's a level where you get serious about the music,
Hmm.
but then there's a level when you get serious about the business.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's real. I would say, probably like 2 years in. So like 2022, that's when I, set up my LLC and, got all my business together. The Underdog Regime, that's the record label that I put my music out up under. That's also the name of my website. So, just seeing people like La Russell, seeing all these people talk about, what independent artists should be doing, not just being somebody that's just, talking about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in, I already knew I wanted to be serious. I don't take on tasks or, set goals that I don't feel like I can accomplish. So, the goal was there. Now is what are the steps that it takes to get there? And so I know, before a record deal happens, I need to be making my own money, if that's the goal,
Right.
right? If I want a record deal, or just for people to see me, as a professional artist, I got to do what professional artists do. Being somebody who had just got out of debt, there was a struggle there at first when it came to like spending money, because I had just got so, to a point where I was like, just money mising, and just being, what do they call, frugal, just being real frugal. And then you say you want to do music, and it's like, nah, this ain't that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to spend some money. So after I got over that hurdle, it was like, in order, if I want to think about this and using the education I got, right? I have an MBA. It's like, bro, you have to spend money to make money. That is
Mm-hmm.
business. That is business. And if you aren't spending money, then you're spending time.
Yeah.
So all of these resources are at some point can be traded for other
Right.
things. And so, you know,
Opportunity costs.
right, opportunity cost. So that's basic economics. That's like 101
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Like,
So,
all of this music stuff is economics. And this is why so many artists struggle and so many people fail at this music, is because, like, we don't teach economics. You went to high school, you had to get 8 credits English, 6 credits math, like all this stuff. Government and econ, you get 1 semester each. That's money and power. They give you one semester, they give you like 12 weeks of money and 12 weeks of power.
Mm.
And we wonder why we in the position that
Mm.
we in.
That's real.
And so like all of this stuff, like with the like for artists, while I work with artists is supply and demand. And so the I would say the music industry, like how we're talking now, is we're looking at finding fans.
Yes, sir.
There are you would have been a fan.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yep.
are no more fans anymore because the barrier
Everybody's
to entry
so
is
low.
so low
So low.
that everyone gets to participate. And there's no governing body. There's no one who could say no. It's like the NBA. In order to be in the NBA, you have to get drafted. But a lot of people can fight, but not everybody's a boxer. But not, and it's like, but it's a lot of people who box, but not everybody can get a license. There's still a governing body that determines whether or not you can do it at a certain level.
Yep.
And so with this music stuff, there's no governing body. There's no pathway to get there. It's just like, all you have to do is say that you do it. And it's like, and so like, that's why I asked that difference between, cause I've had to learn over the years, like, cause we say loaded things like who's serious. And it's like, you can be serious about the music without being serious about the business. Yes. So there's like different turning points.
Man. Yep. No, that's so true, bro. Cause I've met people, on my journey that like they've been doing it forever, but either again they don't want to do it like uh they don't care, they're not interested in the business part of it, or they're just burnt out from being like trying to do everything and not having a team. So
Right.
they record themselves, they mix, they master, um and with that comes with being an artist, you don't want to have a job, so you work in music all the time, and so you recording other people, you mixing and mastering other people, like just putting yourself, like you're fully engulfed in it, and then it becomes you're doing these open mics, you perform, you're not really seeing any progress, and you get caught in that cycle, that circle, and then you get jaded, you become jaded, and it's like, man, I just do this because I know I'm good at it. I do this for me, man. I don't care if I don't ever blow up, but that ain't me.
But
I wanted to go as far as it can. You know what I'm saying?
I know you trying to go gold.
Right,
I already see you.
Right.
So we speak to that point. I think that's a great point, right? And so like for me is like with what we do, 100% works with real artists. What we do doesn't work with people who are trying to make money off music. If you're just trying to hustle it, this ain't something you're passionate about. This ain't something you love doing. Like, I need to hear you say that you're going to do this till you die. I need to know that you love doing music, that like you've tried not doing music and you come back to it because you're creative. Like, that's who you are at your core. So now if we establish that, and it's like I had this conversation with an artist, because I do like these free consultations on live. He's like, how long is it going to take? Well, how long? And I'm like, bro, I was like, well, if you're going to do it till you die, then it don't matter how long it takes. It happens when it happens.
Right.
And so like that's the thing, when you love doing it and you accept that, then you quit forcing the plays. And so a lot of people fumble because they forcing the plays. Like, they doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. They try to rush the relationship. They try to rush the process. They try to rush the things. And it's like, yo, that was the record, but like the record that's one of the title track off of your first project, you still perform it to this day. It's like Cliff has this on, what was this damn song?
On my way.
Yeah. Like,
great song.
Right.
Great song.
You know why you know that song though? Because I put it on the playlist and I played it every fucking week. And he's had this song for fucking 4 or 5 years. I'm like, bro, this is a hit. And he refuses to, and it's like, and then he sees people singing, scenes, and then he performs it. And then he sees like, all you got to do is like, yeah, you may not get it the first time. Like, it's been so many people like, bro, like everyone is so funny. Everyone who becomes a member and actually utilizes it and gets the most out of it, Be like, yo, it'd be people who've been on the list for 6 years, 4 years, 3 years, just seeing like, I ain't think the shit was like, just seeing it. And it's like, but we still just keep doing what we're doing. And then when it clicks, it clicks. And so it's the same thing with your music.
Right.
It's the same thing with what you do. It just like being consistent enough to do it, even when you're not getting that
Yeah.
feedback.
A lot of this shit is timing and momentum, man.
Mm,
Timing, the timing of it all. Like, and if like you said, if you're doing it with intentionally, it don't matter, when that comes. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man, I agree
yeah.
with you.
So no, like so you got some dope records. Like what was it? The first time we really got to chop it up, like was you coming to one of the kickbacks.
Yep.
And so we had like man, I think that we had been open for maybe a year. Like we hadn't even been open. We wasn't even really open. Like, I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. Like I said, I didn't plan on doing the studio. But when we came back from the South by that year, it was like just opening it up so people can start coming in and connecting and networking. So we started the kickback. I used to do these open studio sessions just for the members. But I was just like, let me open it up to everybody and just give everybody that space to
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
And so nobody was doing it at the time. Everybody does it now for some reason. It's like everybody, hey, open studio session. Everybody come in.
Yeah.
But no, like I think it may have been like that first month, like you had popped up, like because we did April. I think you had came through April or May, and it was like because man Beezy,
Yep. Shout out
y'all came
to
through on one of the
shout out.
same
Yeah.
nights.
Yeah. Shout out to Man Beezy. Yep.
Yeah, so and that's like I said, going back to the like when it comes to PR, like everything is very intentional. Like when we host an event, or when I host an event, I host an event. That don't mean
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the mic
Right.
yelling. I actually walk
Right.
around and introduce people to each other and
Mm-hmm.
let like, yo, he got this going on. Da, 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 da. Y'all should holler. Like help people make the connection, especially here in the music industry, especially in Atlanta too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, especially in urban culture, like we just very standoffish.
Here we are. Dang.
And
Why
so
are we like that?
because we should be like I should be more standoffish. Like I'm about
That was not the response I was expecting, but
no, it's like we shouldn't like yo, it's like it's a funny thing I talk to people about. Like, and we've had this conversation, like it's just the way that we handle each other. And it's
yeah,
like a lot of the
yeah,
common backgrounds that we come from and all of the things, it's like it's like the funny thing is like having a conversation with someone, I was like, yo, it's like for perfect example, like bro, been in business 18 years.
yes, sir.
You can't find anyone who has anything bad to say about us unless they did bad business.
Right.
Like straight up. But that doesn't matter. Like having a good reputation doesn't matter when people don't research.
Mm, mm,
So like you look at the amount of people who get scammed and all the fraud that goes on in the music industry,
yes, sir.
it's all these people trying to force the play. Like the people who they just look at like, I'm just looking at how many followers you got. I'm just I'm just gonna look at the surface level shit and make a decision based on surface level shit.
Mm,
And it's like
mm,
I blame these kids not coming up with the Dewey Decimal System. Like they ain't never had to go to the card catalog and
mm,
find a book. Like
mm-hmm.
you could just Google everything. You never
Yeah,
had the process of having to look and that
yeah.
ain't right. Let me go over here.
Vet,
And
yeah.
so
Really vet some stuff. Yeah, vet shit.
in that we in the I feel like we're kind of in that space. And so like I'm gonna throw this to you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you're serious with the music, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You make the decision now, you're serious with the business. You realize you got to invest. Scary place. You realize it takes money to make money, but every month, all money ain't good money. And
Right.
it's like, it ain't always well spent. So what
Mm.
was some of the like, what would you say was the first bad investment or the worst investment that you made once you did that?
Worst investment. Mm.
or the one that you remember, the one that stings?
Okay, this one I didn't like necessarily lose a lot of money. It was probably like $50, but it was like one of those um player or what do you like song reviews, right?
Mm,
Got my song review, and I think at that time I was still working, find my way, and I sent them in like level up my song. I just want to level up, right?
mm-hmm,
Um, and I'll never forget like that feeling of that girl telling me like, yeah, man. This song, like, you can rap. She asked me where I was from, and she was like, "Yeah, just the way this song's structured, though, like this ain't gonna go nowhere." And I just was just like, the the Cordell nigga in me just wanted to like jank her ass, like fire up, because she was like ugly as hell, right? Um, and I'll never forget her face. She was just so ugly, but that that in that moment it felt like like a bad investment. It was like, dang, I
mm,
paid $50 to skip, probably bots, right?
mm,
Because you never know with
mm,
like stories,
mm,
like it's like 20 people on here, but it really ain't 20 people.
mm,
And I sent y'all my money, and y'all just told me my music ain't good. Um,
mm,
didn't even really offer like constructive criticism. And so to me, that felt like a bad investment. But like, honestly, anything outside of that, I mean, like, I feel like I try to be, again, intentional, going back to that word, like merch. I spend money on merch, but I've lost money on merch too. Like, that most recent picture I posted, like with those kids, I gave that
yeah,
away to them,
mm-hmm,
like off the love. You know what I'm saying? That's a good picture, and that's a good moment for them. Like they really felt like I was like a star, like and me working to
Can
get
I stop you?
oh, yeah,
Can I stop
yes
you?
sir. Go
You
ahead.
you 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 are.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
You are. And I think like that's the thing is like it is there are levels
Yes
to
sir.
it. You feel me? And it's like I think that's the thing that we forget. Like
Mhm.
you are a star to somebody.
Right.
Like you are
Right.
something to somebody. And so often we get caught up in trying to be that thing to everybody
Mm,
or to a certain person
mm.
that we forget the people that we are it to.
Right.
So
Right. And I definitely said that wrong. They made me feel like
yeah,
a star. They made me
yeah,
feel like a star. And I know they appreciated me just being a rapper, being from Cordell. Like it was some family, some of their friends, like just a whole, like a little family day
yeah,
in Cordell with a whole bunch of, people. And I was like, man, let me go get y'all some merch. And
yeah.
they were like, yeah, I want the grill t-shirt. I want the grill t-shirt. And so I had some that like I was just holding on to like smaller like kid sizes. So I was like, it's a great opportunity to give these away because I ain't really ran into nobody that wants
Yeah,
like the smaller sizes. And then you had some older kids there too. One of them, like one of the older kids, like what we would consider like a YN, came up
yeah,
to me, he was like, bro, can I get a picture with you?
yeah,
I was like, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, like so merch, I've lost money on merch, but it's still it's like, but I gained, like I created a
This,
moment that, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I created a moment for those kids. I know my little cousins, they never gonna forget because
bro.
they friends was like, that ain't your cousin,
Yeah, you
you know what I'm saying? Like, but
somebody because you're somebody.
right.
They think you're somebody worth lying on. Like, just
Hmm.
think about that. You're somebody so much in their eyes that they think somebody is lying to be attached to you.
Right. Right. Right.
And it's like, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it made me think about when I was an
Hmm.
artist. Like, they had me come speak at the high school, and I remember the first time I spoke at one of the high school, Arlington High School, and they had me talking like my song on the radio. Like, I'm still, I'm just living life, just feeling, I don't,
Hmm.
I don't. It'd be funny to me because it like we're all like that. Like you're just living your life. You don't see yourself the way other people see you.
You don't.
And so I go out, they had me speak, I'm talking to the kids, and then afterwards they all come up trying to get autographs and all that stuff. So I'm autographing all their stuff and everything. I'm like, oh shit. It's like, so then
Right.
I'm feeling good. So like I had one of the magazines, I owned another magazine when I was a rapper. And I was like, yo, all of y'all sign this page and I want all of y'all autographs. I want them to feel special too. And I went and got that shit laminated with all the kids' autographs on it and shit. And then it was like maybe like so crazy. Like after I moved down here, like maybe 5-7 years later, it was it was a girl. She was like, you came and spoke at our school when I was in high school.
Wow.
Like,
Wow. That full circle moment. Yeah, that full circle moment. Yeah.
So it's like, and I think that's kind of the big thing for me with a lot of the stuff that we do with the magazine and the membership is why I would never, I try not to position things as contests and make sure that, this is an opportunity. Like we're using our resources and our relationships to create opportunities for you guys. And then you submit for them. And based on what you do, you earn it. You don't win it, you earn it.
Right.
So when you get picked to perform at Sound Capsule, you get picked to perform at First Fridays, or you get picked to do something, it's because someone saw something in you and to create that validation. Because a lot of times for artists, what I feel like it's so hard doing this because you're doing it and you know your shortcomings and your failures. The other people don't see that.
They ain't looking at it like that. Dang.
Yeah.
Yep. I be too overcritical of myself. Like that's a great point because I look at the smallest stuff, but ain't nobody catching that, bro. Ain't nobody looking at it like that. The fact that I'm in motion, I'm about to be on tour, I'm done had billboards, and I'm consistently dropping music. People see me on what do you call it? On social media every day. Like I was hanging out with somebody on my team the other day. We had met up to just go over like some business stuff. And we had to go pick up her significant other. He hops in the car. I'm talking like professional, personally professional. So like I'm asking him about like project management, right? Because she told me he was in that sector. I just got my PMP, so I'm trying to network and get my bag up so I can invest more into the music. So I'm talking to him, and then we get the music because he also does music too. And then I was like, let me get your socials. And so he's telling me his name. I type him up, and I'm already following him. He's already following me. But we can't for the life of us figure out how we already met. You know what I'm saying? And then I had like another instance, like what was it? Maybe like I want to say the other day when somebody was like, man, you look familiar. You look real familiar. And I'm knowing like it's because you probably see me on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even like with my basketball crew, like I just went and hoop on a yesterday morning, for the first time in like 2 months because I've been so busy with music. Like I be wanting to get up, on Fridays and hoop, but like them Thursdays, like these for the past 2 months, these Thursdays they've been real long Thursdays. So it's like I ain't getting up to hoop at 6 a.m. but I walk in there. And they, I done told them that I'm doing music, and now some of them follow me. They not calling me by my real name no more. They calling me Dude Dynamik. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like you said, man. That's what it's about. It's about like putting those plays together, being consistent, and that's a lot of what I learned from with you guys, partnering with y'all.
Yeah. So and let's get into that, the membership. Like so, and that's what I say. Like for me. And what we do, everything is structured around PR. It's structured around helping you guys build your brand up. And so like that's why I was like, hey, use like even as simple as like, and here's where you've been, I say, we're coming up on 12 months of you being a member.
Yes, sir.
And you got your first paid show after becoming a member.
Yes, sir.
You're going on tour.
Yes, sir.
Like all of these different things that's going on. And it's like how it's a function of like the way that you look at yourself and present yourself. And so it was like, I remember when you was posting your first couple updates, I was like, nah, bro. Like, and that's why I would do the having the kickbacks and stuff where it allowed me to do some off the cuff
game. Yeah, right. Man. So thankful for that, bro. So thankful for that, bro.
So it's like when breaking it down and telling you a thing, but here's the bigger thing is when you just listen and just utilize it. So it's so often that I will give the game. I give people the combination to the lock,
And it
and then
fall
like,
on
I'm gonna
deaf
put
ears.
in whatever I want to put in. It won't open.
It's not working.
It's like 36 left, 24. So, but it's like watching you apply it and
Mhm.
watching it work. And it
Mhm.
was like I think the first one that like one of them I personally just went and revised for you. I
Yep.
think it was the
Yep.
Wayno
The one.
one.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
I saw like, oh, it clicked. And then you
Yep.
went back and revised the old ones. And then from there moving forward, like I'll
Hmm.
say you did maybe 9 or 10 updates in the past 12 months.
Hmm.
And it's just like, and if you go to your profile, it tells a story.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's like, and it tells a story that presents your brand. And it's like the little simple things where I say, hey, like don't use cover art for your personal image. Like use a photo. Like let people see your face card. Like
Mm.
that's the whole thing. Like what you were saying
Man,
is
that's
you want
huge.
people to be familiar with you.
Mm.
Like too often you be so happy that you got a single, you got some new cover art, and you change your Avi on everything to this thing.
Mm.
Now nobody knows what you look like.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
like those little things are just being consistent. And it's like watching like the growth, but also a lot of the connections that you made as being a member. Um, like how would you say this past 12 months has been with you becoming a member and how it's helped you?
It's helped me out a lot. Specifically to like what you're alluding to, like with the connection. So like I was able to meet Joint, I was able to meet Mega Saif, who hosts the Vital Movement every Wednesday. I think they're taking a hiatus right now. But I was able to get my first paid show with them. But I think I don't know what moment it was. Uh, I forget. I think I may have just did it like all off the cuff one night for maybe Mega Scythe or Joint whenever they went like hosting. It was Joint. It
Mm-hmm.
was Joint. It was Joint. He had his birthday party and it was like his feature night, and I hosted that night. And they were
Mm-hmm.
dang, bro, you actually like a really good host. And it wasn't just from them. It was like everybody that was there. They was like, dang, where else you be hosting at? Like me just being being me and having like charisma, character, all that stuff. But that turned into them wanting to bring me on to be a host. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the 4 hosts they have. So definitely with connections, but also like with the opportunity, like we talked about Sound Capsule. Like um what was that? That was
I lounge.
at the I Lounge, and I think my first one of my first shows that I put together was
Yeah.
at I Lounge. My first Dude, Where's My Bar? I put that together. It was on Halloween. We did it at I
Yeah.
Lounge. So that was a connection I made through you guys. Met Oscar, right? It's
Oh,
Oscar. Omar.
Omar.
Omar. My bad, Omar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Omar. I know it was an O, but I met him and his wife. They good people. You know what I'm saying? The first show didn't really go that well, but I mean, it was like a learning opportunity for me. And make that connection with Omar. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, and I think just too, just like the branding of it all.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's about. The marketing, like having that EPK on y'all's website makes me feel professional, right? Even if I am doing the write-ups,
Right.
still like nobody don't know that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's just free game for any artist that is on the come up. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta be that person for a part of
But
your career. You
that's the
know?
whole thing where when like how it's set up and we tell everybody, hey, write it in the third person,
Mhm.
bio, third person,
Mhm.
updates, third person. This isn't social media. Leave them
Mhm.
emojis on
Mhm.
Instagram. Like this is your resume.
Mhm.
This is your LinkedIn.
Yes,
This is
sir.
your Wikipedia.
Hmm.
Like and like and the reason like all of these things, there are very specific reasons. Like I could get into keyword density and search engine algorithms and all that stuff, but we tell you to do all this stuff for a reason because like this was how we were helping artists get verified on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter before you could pay for it. Like that's what we were doing with the members.
Wow.
Like so when they would post the way that we tell them to post,
Man.
it was like now when they go, your knowledge panel is pulling information from our site, and there are all these little posts because we would spread it out throughout the site. So
That's
everything is very intentional.
man. Shout out to y'all,
So
man. Y'all, hey, man, almost 2 decades in the game, man. Like, yeah, I would say the membership helped me out a lot, man. We talked about it before, like, that initial like investment, but it's just like, man, this is a part of it, bro. Like, these people are gonna help you and put you in position, and you guys, held up to your end of the bargain. Like, I don't feel like I wasted money. I don't feel like, I wasn't where I was supposed to be whenever we made our connection. So. Feel like you really genuine, y'all really genuine. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good when it works out like that. I feel like that's the energy I try to put out into the universe. So I'm just happy that that's what's coming back to me. And I
yeah,
see that with like our connection. So
yeah, no facts. Like, and that's what like I said, everything that like for what we do, like when people ask, does it work? It doesn't work if you don't work. It's just like the gym. Like you can't get a LA Fitness membership and just be like, "Where are my six pack?"
bars, hey
It's
bars,
like,
it don't work if you don't work.
yeah.
Bars.
And so you're like one of the artists that really work. Like I watch all the artists who work. There's some people who do some of the stuff and don't do all of this stuff. Like I watch you pick up a lot of the stuff. Was like one of the things like you would soak up things when we were at the studio.
Hmm.
Like so I'll mention some stuff and I'll say some stuff and I just say it for everybody and I watch who acts on it. So when I sit down, I remember it's like, bro, like why spend like $4,000 on a music video when you can take that same $4,000 and do this and then do this and then have a whole bunch of pieces of content from it and use that to promote for the next, and it's always something new. And I watch who act on it instead of them say like, yo, I'm just joking around like, yo, we're gonna do a super group called Rappers with Jobs. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with having a job.
It ain't. It ain't.
And
Yep.
watch who picks up what I put
Hmm.
down. It's like,
Hmm.
and so it's like those little simple things and watching that and like even with like you being scheduled, like so you're on the issue 34 playlist, you're in issue 34, the magazine,
Okay.
and then like you're scheduled to perform this year on our stage during South by.
Okay.
And while all that's going on, like we have this conversation, and it's like I hit you up to check with you because we're getting the final list for South by together, and you like, man, I got some people they want me to come to Florida for a paid show. And I was like, like nigga, what we talking about then? Like, nigga, you're not on this list. Like, nigga, you better go with the money at.
Yeah, man. No, that was such a again, and that's how real you are too, though. You know what I'm saying? You could have easily been on some like hating shit and be like, "Nah, man, come out. You said you was coming out here, man." People really be like that.
Yeah.
But for you to really be just have that integrity and that your leadership. You know what I'm saying? That style of leadership that you have, man. Like I appreciate it so much because I call you with 100 different questions, and you don't ever tell me what to do. You tell,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is what it is. You make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I had like shit like that, like growing up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it was a whole bunch of people just telling you instead of like giving you opportunity and letting you choose,
Yeah.
niggas just telling you to do shit, and then you get down the road, you're like, damn, why I listen to them? You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
opposed to building up those calluses of like accountability. Like
Yeah.
Kelby ain't telling me to do nothing because at the end of the day, I got to be accountable for me. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for that. But to that event, the Tallahassee event, like you saying, man, hey, in that moment, hell no, nigga, go, hey, do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like in that moment, like, nah, nigga, do that. Um, appreciate that, and that turned into me, gonna be on tour, like a 12 city tour here, starting in June, end of June. So, yeah, man,
Yeah.
shout out to Fire Entertainment and Adam Allen and those good people, man. They saw me off of a freaking just a Instagram, like a reel, bro. They saw a reel of me
Mm-hmm.
freestyling on what was it what's the platform? The platform is Jacket for Beats with Zach Hurth. And
Okay.
that's like, and see, and again, going back to the work of it all, like when you working and people like you actually do good business, people will refer you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Zach, like when I went and I've done I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it, but Jacket for Beats 3 times. And the first time I did it, or no, the second time I did it, I came through, it was clean. I'm one taking it. I'm one taking everything. Zach hit me up on the next one. He's like, man, I'm talking to these people about you out here in Oakland, bro. Like, be on the lookout, XYZ. They may be in touch, XYZ. Nothing really came of it, but again, going back to just doing good business, like it turns into, just having a connection. Like I know I can hit Zach up. I know I can hit Kelby up. I know I can hit Omar up. I
Yeah.
know I can hit now I know I can hit Adam up. Now I know I can hit my radio guy up. Like I'm building an ecosystem of people who see me working and ain't gonna hold their nuts when, something about music comes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Adam them with Fire Entertainment, man, he just saw me on a freaking reel, bro. It was like, hey, come to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
It's like in us having that conversation, I remember it was like, yeah, so I think was it Saturday you had to be there?
Yeah, it was
It
a
was on
Saturday.
Saturday.
It was a
And
Saturday, yep.
and we was talking, and he was like, yeah, so I'm gonna leave Friday. And I'm like, nigga, what you mean you gonna leave? You gonna leave from Austin on Friday? And you think it's like just like that's like having that drive and trying to do everything. But then
Hmm.
also for me, like speaking to what you were saying, like for me, like I started this thing to be what wasn't there for me when I was doing it. So like that's where a lot of the confusion come in for a lot of people. Like this is one of the things, like over the past year I've really realized, and this is a big thing for me here in Atlanta. That's why I pulled back from I made a post about this recently. Like the energy just weird in the city right now to me. It's like who ain't from Atlanta, who all this. And I'm like, and I see people talking like that, like nigga, I ain't from Atlanta. But I know I
Hmm.
didn't like I show love to everybody just
Right.
because that's who I am and that's who I like wanting to see everybody win. Like understanding like this isn't a zero sum game.
Hmm.
I like in the music industry, you don't have to lose for me to
Mm.
win. And so like this is one of those where like we can all get it. Like you got your fan base, I got my fan base, like, like that's it. And so wanting to see people achieve. And so if I'm gonna take time to talk to you, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
That's
Like it's like lying take too much energy. I don't feel the need to fucking be creative. Like I'm just gonna tell you like it is.
facts.
It's so much simpler.
Hmm.
But in that, I think that going back to us being standoffish and like what you asked earlier is like everybody, and this is one of the things I had to. Everybody thinks. I ain't gonna say everybody, but the majority of people don't trust anything in the industry. But
Mm.
especially anything like the crazy thing is for us is everybody believes what we do is too good to be true. Like just because like when I just put it out there like, yo, if I tell you, oh, you need PR for as little as $100 a month, we'll help you with your PR and put you in front of thousands of tastemakers and DJs and managers and all this stuff. You submit on the site. We're gonna share it on Facebook, on Twitter. We're gonna put it in this. If it's a good post, might get shared to the IG story, might go in the email blast, all these different things, and then people will fuck with you if they like it. You might get some radio play. You might get some playlist plays, and like niggas be in the inbox. All that for 100. All this shit is scam.
No, but it's real though, man. It's real though. I remember I wasn't even on the live and you played for the club and I had somebody reach out to me on the site like, bro, I need that. I want to play that. Send me that record. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it works, bro. It works, bro. If it's good, you know what I'm saying? If it's good,
Yeah,
people going like you said, if it's good, bro, people got
but
business.
see,
They want what's hot, you know what I'm saying?
well, here's the difference. Like, cause I don't, and that's the thing. Like, our platform is based around people who will help you, not people who can help you. And so,
Mm,
like
mm,
because like
bars.
the artists who are trying to get in this thing are seeking validation. So a lot in that the way that the way that presents itself is clout chasing. When you're seeking validation, it presents as clout chasing. So you run after who got a logo, who signed, who this, and those you run after the people who have no need to help you, who are removed from where you are. So you worried about this person, like even with us doing the kickback, bro. You know how many people that have won Grammys and plaques and all kind of shit that came through there? While I don't never point them out like that, but they just be in there, and it's like, and you have an opportunity to meet them and talk to them. I ain't gonna. I tell everybody to network.
That's so real. Dang, that's so real, man. That's so real.
And so, but you were one of those, like I said, like put you in those situations, and you're going to, like, you're of that rare breed, and like Joint's one of them. Like Syph is one of them. Like it's certain people like yo, I am going to take advantage of the situation that I'm in. I'm going to, like, we only got one trip through this thing. So like maximizing every opportunity and every moment, that's the whole thing. And so I think like with this, like that's why I try to be very mindful of the wording that I use when we talking about the music industry, because a lot of times people hear what you didn't say. And so it's like in that, like you had, like I said, it works if you work. You got good music. Like you're a member. So you're on the playlist. You submitted it, made it on the playlist. So now when I'm doing lives, I'm gonna play it. Like for me, a big part of the membership where I ask like most artists is like, honestly, aren't you tired of doing this shit alone? Like you drop music and you're the only one posting about it. You're the only one sharing it to your story. You're the only one doing anything. And so that's the whole thing for us when we're doing PR, and the way that we work is we're doing it with you. So, whatever you submit, like boom, out of nowhere, you get a story post, you tagged in it, like in the music playing, and they see the link to the site, all that shit. Out of nowhere, boom, we playing the music on it, and someone reach out to you. It's like if the only time someone is singing your praises is when you're the one singing, then it ain't gonna work.
I don't care how good you can sing.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
It takes a team, and so like that's the whole thing is like, oh man, I gotta find this. It's a video. I think it was a TED Talk. I can't remember, but it like perfectly encapsulates, like, for us. I'm the guy. I'm the slow clapper. That's what we've always strived to be. Like, everybody has seen that movie where this person gives this impassioned speech or does this thing and makes a fool of it. It's kind of cringeworthy, and everything's fucking silent. And then one person,
and then
everybody joins in. Everybody loves it, right? Yep. It's like everybody loved it before they clapped in. Nobody wanted to be the first person. Nobody wanted to get on the boat that might sink.
Bars.
And so that's what the membership, that's what Making It Magazine, that's what we are. Like we gonna clap for you because you do need to be clapped for. Right. Like if the shit dope, we gonna ride with it. Like that's what it's about. And then that allows other people to join in and see it. That allows other people, hell yeah, that is a good song. Like, and it's like, but without that first person clapping, it doesn't happen.
Facts.
So like, bro, that's the place for, like, you guys, like, you got good music, you had good music out the gates.
Yeah.
Like the music has only progressed.
Right. Appreciate
that. And the way that you present it, even the concept with the projects and what you're doing with the content and everything, like in these past, like I said, from us first really connecting, you coming through, us having a conversation, you becoming a member, and like really leveraging the platform and understanding what PR is now.
Yes, sir.
Understanding the impact that it can have, because it's like you do all of these things, but when people don't see it, and not even just people, the right people. Right.
And that's what I've been, that's another thing. I already knew, but, just working with y'all, it kind of confirmed it. It's like, but it don't matter if you got 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, if the right people ain't following you or supporting you, endorsing you, it don't really matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people with, 250,000 followers can't even make money off merch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you really taking advantage of your situation? You know,
Mm-hmm.
are you, are you, are you maximizing the potential you have or that you think you know what I mean? Like, so it's, man, the goal is to have like 10 to 15K by the end of this year. But bro, I'm making it happen with the five I got now. You feel me?
Right. But
So,
here's the thing, like, and this is like what the difference when I be talking to people in the membership and they be in the inbox like, yo, you ain't even got no followers. I'm like, yeah. Like if you notice, like, we could easily have way more followers. Like if you notice, you know what we post? We post about y'all. And that should let you know, like, don't nobody want to hear about y'all. Like, not on Instagram. like let that be the real thing. Now, if I just post it, like, here's the funny thing. I post Akon saying some shit that I've been telling niggas for 15 years, and it gets 100,000
go viral, go
views.
viral, go viral. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's like we're here for celebrity. We're here for other stuff, entertainment. And so in that, but the things that we post events where you can go network and perform. We post about the members. We post about artists and people in the industry who are making moves, who are still accessible to you. We're not posting about what Finesse 2 Time got going on because he ain't about to do a record with you. We're going to post about dude though. Dude's in your budget.
Facts.
Dude is in your budget.
That's real, man. Dang, that's so real, bro.
And so this is the thing where it might not get the most views, it might not get the most likes, but it gets it from the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't need 1 million people in here if ain't but 20 that want to fuck with me. And so I'd rather it just be the 20 that want to fuck with me. And so like it just makes it simpler to see who you need to be catering to. And so like even when we post the post about like when we do these collab posts, when we do or what you got going on and stuff like that, it's like some of the newer people don't get it when they first like, yo, it ain't a whole bunch of people like it. Like, yo, it's a collab post. Like if 6-7 people like it from our side, them is all like artists and DJs and people who see what you got going on. The only reason they liked it because it's us. So them 6-7 people that are being introduced to you just because. Now on your side, who liked it? And so like that's the thing is for how it works. It was like I had one of the members who's about to do a platinum membership now. He's like, because he's like, yo, like people's like, yeah, they just started hitting me up asking about features and shit. It was like, yeah, because that's what it looks like when someone else is talking about you.
Facts, bro.
It's not about how many. It's like you posting your music all day is all right, cool. When they see other people posting it, and it ain't on some just paid shit where everybody else is like, all right, okay.
You talking what? Hey, what you talking?
It carry weight, and so but when you have the records, like you have the music, and you're doing the things, like everything that you're doing, and like when we post. And that's one of the things where we don't just post everybody. It's like making sure, yo, is a good update. There's so many people who have really great music, but they don't take the time to really post their updates. That's why we do the different layers of the membership. So with the gold, we'll go in and fix up your updates for you. With the platinum, we do the consultation every month, and then we write it for you, all that stuff. But someone like, yo, you can go in here and you know what to write. You're going to get it. You feel me? And so then that gives us what we can take and run with. And so making sure that the highlights of what you guys have going on, when we post it, they can go and see, oh, he's working, he's doing stuff. So yeah, you only got 6,000 followers, a little under 6,000 followers, but you get paid shows and get booked to go on tours, and you're making money off of your music.
And my merch.
And your merch. Off of your brand. And so that's the thing where I try to explain, like, bro, you're not making money off of your music, you're making money off of your brand. Like your brand is what got you put on the show. Your brand is what got you put on the tour. Your music is a tool that you use to build your brand. but it's not the
Facts.
only
It's
tool.
it's not. It's not. You got to be dynamic, man. You got to be
Oh, listen,
multifaceted.
listen.
Like, sheesh.
These dudes ain't dynamic out here.
Right, man. What are y'all doing? One trick ponies.
So yeah, it's like just doing all that and setting all that up puts you in a position. It's like, so all of this stuff that you've done and what you've built over this past year, like like if when we had that conversation at the studio that night, and like and it's like I never like, because people always want, this is gonna happen, the guarantees and shit. And it's like, bro, like, and you did, like, you paid for the gold membership up front, $2,500, and it was like, I didn't guarantee you paid show, I ain't guarantee you. Now I was like, bro, like, we're gonna help you build your brand over the next year.
And I believe that shit. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like I like just based off of the connection we made that night, pause. It was genuine, bro. It was
Yeah,
like, man, this dude hey, he ain't saying no bullshit. It's a lot of niggas in Atlanta that can talk, but you always know when it's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? These niggas can talk, bro. You like, bro, did you go to you niggas ain't even go to school? Like, bro, this nigga can talk. But it's some bullshit, right?
yeah.
So I'll never forget that night. Man, we was right there by the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I was finna get ready to go, and you stopped me, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm sold, bro. I'm sold, bro. I gotta start investing in my shit someday."
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I wasn't really investing in it as outside of merch. I had my
Yeah,
website and stuff, but like, like getting other people behind you.
yeah,
It's a real thing. It has to. You gotta look legit.
yeah.
Like,
So that was like your first major purchase outside of merch.
yeah, studio didn't even call me that much. Studio called
Yeah,
like 600.
yeah. So like, bro, like, so 2,500 changed your life.
Facts. 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 For the better.
2,500.
For the better too. For the
Yo,
better, right?
but it was like, you're a professional artist. Like, you see, that's the thing. Like, you're doing it in a capacity where you're earning from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like a dreamy thing. It's not a one day maybe thing. It's like, and that's the whole thing practically. I do this and this is gonna happen. Yo, Trizzy Dollars is in here. He's an MC host. He's Ox Court Wars. They do like this really dope event in the Carolinas. Well, let me stop. It started in the Carolinas,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they do it all over the globe. College campuses is like a musical game show. Like, kind of think of like Trap Karaoke meets Jeopardy meets Versus meets some other shit, and then they had special guests and shit out. So he just asked who you were. Dude Dynamik, spelt with a K. Oh shit! Shout out to this DeAndre, one of the members who dropped it in the comment. See, members like simple shit like that. Like, he asked, and one of the other members was like, this is who that is." So like, but that like, this goes to the thing is like how that it's not a small investment as an independent artist in the scope of the music industry. It's a small investment because like when we talk about breaking an artist, like we talking about 200K plus, but it's like, and that's why I try to, and that number can seem insurmountable, but it's like, yo, it doesn't have to all be at once.
Don't.
And so it's like, you'll pay off a car, you'll pay off a house, you'll pay off a loan, but you don't pay it off all at once. You pay it off over time. You work toward it. And that's where, like, try to position artists to think about their career is, I'm paying these things, I'm doing these things to go toward the principle on my career.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, with you making that investment, becoming a member, and then just like, it made you take things more seriously. Like I'll just speak to it. Like, it's so many times where we do the kickback, and I will tell everyone in the room something. The people who didn't pay to get in, the people who paid $20 to get in, the people who had this level membership, the people who had that level membership, the people who were more invested received more. Same words, but the weight that you put on it.
Right, man.
And so, like,
if you serious about it, man. You're gonna take it serious. You're gonna take what's coming from this nigga's business. This is his business. Why is he talking if it don't mean nothing? It made sense to me, right? It
Yeah.
seems like common sense to me. Shit. Yeah, I
So,
always
but
paid
now, bro,
attention.
you like, and that's like I said, like, bro, like you, like, it's been a hell of a year. Definitely looking forward to see what the next 12 months
Yeah.
brings. Like, what's the plan?
Plan. Well, working really, really hard to position myself uh to continue to doing what I'm already doing, right?
Right.
Can't just this is the foundation, right? This last year is the foundation. Can't throw that out. But right now what I'm doing is I'm working a single different pocket.
Hey,
The
it's
goal is for it to go gold. Go ahead.
no. It's because it's on the playlist. It's on the issue 34 playlist. It's
Oh
track 4.
wow. Oh
I was about
wow.
to play it. Like I just.
Wow, I
So
appreciate
I'm gonna
that.
let you finish.
Yeah,
We'll come back to it.
yeah, yeah. But and so we're working at really, really strong, like really hard on radio. Um,
Mm,
so if all things work out the way they're supposed to, we'll see some dividends from that. Um, and just continuing to build a brand, bro. Like really, really think of myself as a brand now, and like move differently in the sense of how I'm conducting myself when I'm out. Like
mm-hmm.
if I'm being honest, like I'm not finna be doing like these open mics, how I've been doing, right? It's time
Yeah.
to, take the next step, go to the next level, because I know I have value, right?
Right.
I know what I offer. So it's about, again, just continuing to create relationships, with people like yourself, build on the ones that I already have. Um, and see where we end up. It's like my coach used to say, like, in college, it's like, I don't care how it goes throughout the game. We're gonna play as hard as we can, and we're gonna look up at when the clock says 0-0-0, and we're gonna see where we at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that the main goal right now is just working different pocket, and then maybe putting some more music out as well. But I'm working with a few different people, just seeing what they have to offer in terms of like help with the single.
Okay.
So that's my focus right now.
Here's my motto I'm gonna give to you. Like, and I don't know if I talked to you about this before, but your single is whatever converts best.
Hmm.
So if I let 100 people hear this song and 22 of them follow me, and I let 100 people hear this song and 24 of them follow me, then the other songs are single.
Hmm.
The single is just the first song that you play for people.
Got you.
Like I'm in a post project. So when you hear about, yo, that's an album cut. No, there's not an album anymore. There's a catalog.
Right. Fact.
So it's just like when you finish a record, put it out.
Hmm.
Like put it so it's on, so it's part of your catalog.
Hmm.
But measure and see how it converts.
Hmm.
So then if you see like, I just put out this and 28 people follow me from it, like, or whatever your metric when you post it, when you promote it, to see how people respond to it, and give it like 30 days,
Hmm.
and measure it at the end of 30 days and
Yeah.
see, oh, this got X amount of streams in 30 days, or this got X amount of reuses, and like if you post it and you encourage people to use the sound or whatever it is, whatever that thing is that you use to measure, do the same thing on every record that you release. And so why this is my model is your best converting record is always going to bring you more fans. It's your best converting record.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
too often artists are changing it up every time because like, yo, this crowd or this thing or this, and you are often wrong.
Facts. The fan,
You just guessing
yeah. No, that's real.
and
No,
moving
that's
off
real.
vibes.
Yep, that's real. That's real. Can't even argue with you on that. That's
And so
real.
like that's the thing. So just instead of moving off vibes, like move with intention, like boom, I like this, or they like this. And so every time, so if you let 300 people it's always going to be 28, or on average 28 people versus on average 22 people. But when you find that song that 33 people convert, now you've increased your odds. So whether it's an open mic, it's a showcase, it's a music review, it's anything, you're always converting the maximum amount of people. That is your hook. And what are they going to do if they like you? They're going to check out your catalog.
Right.
And so the reason why this is my motto, and it's like why I'm in a post-album world, is because you finish a song this month, put it out. I'm not a rollout person. I think the rollouts, I feel like this is my personal thing, is this is how you make money off of artists. Like I don't know if you read the cover story for the issue that had 6ix9ine on it, on the cover. It was like why artists fail. And like, long story short, they got you chasing stardom instead of success. And those two things aren't the same. And so the way it's like a dream economy. Like even I had to realize like what we do and what our company does isn't a fit for most artists. Like, cause we're in this space where it's more people who do this casually. And like our whole business was set up. We've been in business 18 years. I've created all of this for people who were serious. And back 18 years ago, if you did music, you had to be serious because you were spending money on studio time and beats and burning up CDs. Like you couldn't have music. Think about this. You had an album out, internationally distributed, and wasn't investing money into it. You couldn't do that in 2005, 2007, 2010. Like it was like a barrier to entry.
Yes, sir.
But now anybody has a Spotify link who had $100 in the afternoon. Like it's not hard to be, so it's too much noise out here, which makes it hard for you guys as artists.
Very saturated.
So that's why I say your biggest converting record, like whatever your maximum converted record is, that's your hook. And so then you can still, because you got records to find fans, and then you got records to feed fans. Single finds fans, catalog feeds fans. So once I've converted, I'm not about to wait motherfucking 18 months till you finish your magnum opus and got this 18 track with the skits and all the, bruh, it's too many motherfuckers out here. You need to be consistent putting out music. So if you finish something this month, put it out. You already found me with your single. Now feed me with your catalog. And so like that's my approach, and it will save you. It'll save you a lot of money because you won't just be betting, you'll be building.
Definitely betting right now.
Yeah, I know.
Betting,
that's why I told you that. Even though this is your interview, I'm like, it always turns into a consultation with you. Can't let them go down the wrong path.
Right. Right.
And so so you do that even with the billboards. Like the billboards, you do the billboards for the content.
Facts.
Billboards ain't for converting people. Are like, do the digital shit. It's like, don't do the JD shit. Do the digital shit.
Right.
JD is at a different level where it's brand building. It's like because he ain't trying to sell something specific. He doesn't have to recoup that this year.
Right.
And it's like, as an independent, you working toward recouping. So they like, bro, like definitely that different pocket. You're in a different pocket.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we started recording that song at Making the Studios. Okay. And you came in. You was like, this you? You was like, this you? I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
Oh, good. No, I should have get some publishing. I got something on the master then.
We started there. I had to re-record it though. Oh
no, that's a derivative work. Like, listen,
oh damn,
copyright.
Damn.
I gotta listen. Let me save this line.
We'll take it offline. We'll take it offline. We'll take it offline.
Yeah. But no, definitely. That's definitely what's up. Before we get up out of here, like, you got any last words you want to leave the people with? Anything that they need to know about?
Yeah. So once again, single out everywhere. The goal is to go gold. So I think we're at like 20, 25 purchases. And so it started out on my website, but I actually want people to go to iTunes now and buy it on iTunes. Only $1. Different Pocket came out April 11th. I think it's a really, really cool song, really, really vibey song, something different from me, but kind of the same, just more melodic. But Also, Dude, Where's My Bar will be here in Atlanta at the Hidden Gem June the 13th.
Okay.
We'll be giving away $700, 350 to the best artist. So I already have the artists in mind who I want to work with. But as far as producers, if there are any producers on here, if there are any producers on here that want to tap in with me, reach out to me, shoot me a DM, and I can get you the details and get you on the lineup. It's not no bullshit. It's not no whole bunch of artists, a whole bunch of producers. It's 6 artists and 6 producers. So it's really, really curated. It's not no bullshit. And so,
So here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing: presentation.
Mhm.
You know what the event is, and you know how the event runs, but you have not communicated that to the artist. And
I lost you. What's
yeah,
that?
but you have not communicated that to anyone who might potentially want to get involved.
Okay.
So tell them, like, what is the flow of the show, how it works.
Yeah, yeah. So the flow of the show is going to be um, 2 rounds, and it'll be 6 artists. So it'll be 2v2v2, and so those 3 from the first round that win will go to the second round, and then those 3 will go against each other, and from there we'll have the crowd choose, via your phone who they thought was the best, and the same thing will be done for the producer side of the bracket as well. So um, also there will be like an open mic portion of it. So like 10 to 12 artists will get to go before we start the actual main event. And we'll be giving away, like I said, money, but we'll also have like other prizes. So we'll do like raffles for like, gift cards, $50 gift cards, 2 raffles for that. And then what else? Also be giving away a feature spot and this is for the open mic portion of it. Every person that gets their is on the open mic list, their names will be thrown into like a random like finder name generator thingy, not generator, but like basically like spin
Will,
the wheel type deal.
prize
Yeah,
will,
yeah,
yeah.
prize wheel. And if your name is picked, then you'll be chosen to do a feature at the Vital Movement. Like you'll have the opportunity to do one. So that's if
Okay.
you meet the requirements, described by the Vital Movement. I'm also working with Jacking for Beats too. Still waiting to hear back from them. So my goal there is to give away for the artist. The runner up of the artist would get one of their services
Okay.
for free. So yeah, and there'll be people worth networking with in the building as well. Like the guy who produced um Different Pocket is also on Sony's team. He
Okay.
does work with Wealth Nation. And so I think he'll be there. And so he's somebody good to network with. And then we'll have like other, people that I feel like again are good to network with. Maybe Kelby will be there.
No, that's what's up. June 13th.
Yeah.
June 13th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
June 13th.
All
But yeah,
right.
that's all I'm promoting right now. Underdogregime.com. All of my music is available there. I have merch. It is all up to date. What else? And tickets for Dude, Where's My Bar are available on my website as well.
Got you.
Yes, sir.
Got you. That's what's up. Well, definitely appreciate you tapping in with us, taking some time out of your busy Saturday.
Yes, sir.
We've been trying to catch up with him for 3 weeks
Man,
now.
y'all, yeah, that's
He
on
been
me.
moving. He been moving. But listen, ain't nothing wrong with being active.
That's right.
It's better to be active than inactive.
That's facts. Big facts.
Yeah. So once again, Dude Dynamik. We've been live. We're making it for Indies, and we out.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's the end of the interview. It was something you said. And I was like, personally, going gold.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's for me, it's not necessarily about it. So it's not about like, oh my God, my dream is to go gold. It's to
Yeah.
create leverage,
No.
right? Like I
I
don't,
got I got you.
right, right,
Here's
right,
the
right,
thing. Here's the thing. Reason why I say that is, as close as you get to it, you would have more leverage if it was monitored on your site, because rather than giving up the percentage
It's like
of the
it's
fund.
almost the same though. It's almost the same. I did it. I did like the comparison, and so it's a
Oh,
70-30. I
hold on.
get
Where are you paying? Where you paying? Where are you doing it
so
at?
I do it through Bandzoogle, and maybe so I know for every dollar I
Mm-hmm.
get, they take 33 cents. So it's
Right.
like 67 to 33, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
with iTunes it's the same. It's like 70-30. So
Mm-hmm.
um I
Okay, so you're using Bandzoogle.
mhm.
Uh,
Actually, Kenny the Gemini actually put me onto them.
yeah, that's so crazy. We've been
It's
because we've
pretty, pretty,
been around so long.
pretty, pretty cost
They're
efficient.
good.
Hmm.
What you see that what like it's so crazy. We've been through so many iterations of this because like um, we did initially. I want to say we did PayPal, but it's a lot of like if because you're selling a single, but
99 cents.
also really not really because it's like even right now. So
Hmm.
it's like from a like, being a nerd from a technological standpoint is like I'm really just donating and contributing
Hmm.
because I'm gonna go listen to it wherever I listen to it at more than likely.
Facts.
And so it's like that's where like for me with the whole thing with the NFTs and all of that stuff is like I didn't see a problem with NFTs because it there's a real use case for it. It just financially, but people started overselling, overhyping how much their value would be. That was the problem.
Hmm.
And so it's like a way that you can get people to spend money with you because and they're buying the single or buying this thing. I think that that's good. Once you scale it though, like if you sell 1,000 and you
Hmm.
get $600 versus $900, you notice that difference.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
and
So
so
where do you recommend me setting up
like
shop?
so you can do like because if you're doing something like a PayPal or something that is so anything that's just a processor. Like so if you use PayPal as a processor when you pay
Oh,
for
I
it,
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
then you're
Just
only paying the processing.
direct to me
Yeah,
type.
it's just a processing fee.
Yeah,
And so
yeah, yeah.
even even if it's like a cash app, even if it's
Hmm. Hmm.
if you set up and you have
If it's
underground regime and
Zelle, yeah, Zelle, Cash App, and I got all that shit set up. Honestly, like
yeah,
I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I know you got to because you got for your merch. So
Right,
even the
right.
same thing, if it's on your same site that you're using for your merch,
Yeah.
now it's a transactional thing, and I'm pretty sure you're using Shopify or something.
No, it's Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle.
Bandzoogle too.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Bandzoogle is good, but it's for bands.
Hmm.
So it just depends on how much you're doing, your volume you're doing on merch and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It might be advantageous to move to something like a Shopify or something
Okay.
like that because you're going to have more plugins and stuff because they're focused on commerce. So someone put it in their cart and they join the email list like, hey, if you want to get that 10% off of this, little things that gets them
Hmm.
down the funnel of actually purchasing it
Hmm.
and things that plug into it because it's the biggest thing Shopify
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
versus Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle is niche and it's
It
specifically
is. It
for
is.
artists. So it's less plugins, it's less
Yeah. Because
things that
they don't
integrate
have like
into it.
Apple Pay. They don't have Apple Pay on it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to actually put your card number in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that might be something to, but like it just really depends because you're still gonna use Bandzoogle because it's your band website, like you're using it for that. So, if you're using something that's just processing, then you're gonna pay no more than 5%. Like like really, it's gonna be like it'll be a much smaller fee because it might be like
What's crazy is like the less somebody spends. So like if somebody spends $1, they take 33 cents, right? But like it's different. Like if like so I just had somebody buy some merch off of there, right? They spent $40.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take
33%.
It didn't. It didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't.
Because there's a per transaction fee. So it may take 10 cents just for the transaction and then 3.5% for the actual purchase.
Gotcha.
So that per transaction fee is significantly bigger on smaller transactions. And you don't even notice it on larger transactions.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. Like, so, and that's why I was wondering, but if the numbers make sense, like whatever makes sense, like because it's more about just getting people in that funnel,
right?
Making sure when they purchase, you're collecting their information.
Yep.
And these are people,
and that's why I was set on that. But then it's also you got to think back end, like all this money coming in, I still got to go 50 with the producer,
right?
So with iTunes, we already set up on the back end is he gonna get his, right? You know what I'm saying? As opposed to me having to be the accountant.
Right.
And
but here's the funny, and this is, oh man. So I'm about to give you just a terrible advice.
Go ahead.
Like so, there is. This is why I believe producers should be compensated and people pay for their beats and stuff like that. Is because it really, like, the back end don't even really be there. It's like, and this is one of the things, like, I talk to artists like, hey, just put this shit out. Because it's a lot of time, effort, and energy goes into hypothetical scenarios where it's not enough money made to warrant the energy and effort and all of the other things sometimes.
Yes, sir.
And so that's not to say, like, now if you go gold, like, then it's like, hey, bro, I owe you some money. But it's like, the thing is, that's one of the reasons where, for me, like, the way that we, like, when I initially developed the membership, and it was like the platinum membership for the year, is like this thing, I put together this thing to kind of, all right, this is what artists need in place of management. Like, if you don't have someone to manage you, these things are going on, this thing is going on, this is all the stuff that's going to take care of you and help you get to the next level. And it's like, to realize that you don't need management at a certain level, but you do need the help that a manager would provide. Like, artists, you don't need a publicist, but you do need PR. And it's like, and so, like, you don't need a studio, but you do need to be able to record. Like, so it's like, you need the benefits of a thing, but not necessarily the thing that comes with all the price tag and all that stuff. So when we talk about, even from this end on the production and this, when we do these certain things and the way about going about doing it, you're doing it at a level where I would say the back end is negligible. But when you cross that threshold where it's not negligible, then you move it over to a different system. And then, but what helps you get it to a point where it's not negligible is having that extra 25%.
Fair enough.
So just a thing for consideration.
No, that makes sense. How much is the platinum?
The platinum is $5,000 for the year.
Okay.
So it's like, and we and so, like, what we did, we redid some of the And
What's the highest? What's the highest level?
the highest level is the platinum.
Okay.
And,
Okay, cool.
and so we just like reconfigured it,
Mm-hmm.
like, because I don't do like, because I used to do personal consulting, and like on the personal consulting tip, like it would be like 10,000 for the year, but then it'd be like just it was so much, like, and then I fucking hate working with people who don't listen, because it's like the people who can afford to pay me that also had too many other people around them telling them shit that didn't make fucking sense. Right? And it's like I can't argue with all these people telling you the wrong thing. And it's like, and then fucking 6 figures later, it's like, yeah, man, I should have listened to you. I'm like, yeah.
You think?
But it's like, but here's the thing: is like the shit that I say makes too much sense to be right, because it's too practical.
Yep.
Like even what
I'm in
right
that
now.
business, man. I'm in a business for practicality. I'm in that business for sure.
Like I believe in being a practical artist. Like, and that's why I say like I talking to artists like, yo, yeah, you ain't released it because of the split sheet and this, that, and the other. And like, and I just talk to the artist like, all right, you got X amount of songs. You've been doing music for 4 years, and you have 3 songs out. None of them have 1,000 streams on them. What do these split sheets matter? What is like? Because it's like you get, because of all of this business shit thrown on you.
That's fair. That's fair. That's real, bro. That's real, bro. That shit be like, damn, man. I ain't trying. Man. It's too much. Like, yeah. I
Bro,
gotta do all this.
And here's the thing: and this is me being 100% transparent, bro. Like, I never, for my publishing company, I never registered with ASCAP or BMI. I never did any of that shit. Made $250,000. Warner Brothers was looking at me. I was in rotation at radio, getting paid shows, paid features. I learned I ain't gonna say all of this shit, but I learned the foundation of a lot of the shit that I talked to you guys about today from me being an artist, having not done all that publishing shit. I was doing practical shit that made money and let me see a return on investment to reinvest and try different things. And so it's like we're in this space where it's so many people selling you guys. I got to make you feel insecure to sell you. Like, that's marketing. That's why I suck at marketing to independent artists. Like, I know how to sell you motherfuckers. Like, I could drop all the fucking names in my phone and niggas will spin the bag. But I don't try to make people insecure.
Damn.
Like, I help people by showing you who you are. Like, to remind you, nah, nigga, you are a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't, you felt like it, nigga. Yeah. You are a celebrity to somebody. And like that's, and when you realize that, like a Johnny just came in here, a Johnny, another member, 3 months in, get his first paid show. You feel me? He like, and when he gets put on a show, he's the top ticket seller all the time, consistently.
Yeah.
And so like that's moving like that. Like it's like that's the big thing. So like, so when we put all this stuff together, like that was one of the things is like, because what I would do is like, I'm just trying to help everybody, like make sure everybody win. And that kind of confused too many people on what the membership was. And so like just making sure like, boom, this is what it is. So with the silver membership, whatever you post, we're promoting it to our network to get you exposure and help you build your own relationships. Yes. Like, I don't have to put you on, but I got someone who can put you on a playlist, someone who can put you on the show, someone who can put you on, like all of these other people. I just got to consistently present you to them for them to find out that they like it and they fuck with you. And when that happens, then that relationship is yours. I'm not middleman in it. They ain't got to come through me. Like people, there are people you have relationships with, like, and shit that goes on. Like, bro, like, even though we may have been the catalyst for it, like, we're not managing and monitoring it. Ain't like, well, will we get out? None of that shit. It's just like, bro, like you just said, yo, yeah, we started that record at the, like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, I fuck with you. I'm like, I got, I'm gonna fuck with you, but
yeah.
It's like, bro, that was the whole point of the shit. And so it's like, that's the whole thing. The gold membership is for the people who need help with the, like, there's a lot of people who post updates and their updates be bad. And it's like, it's like it'd be good stuff, but you're not presenting it right. So
Yeah.
that we guarantee make sure that someone on the team always revises your updates to make sure that you're presenting it in the best way possible. And then that's going to make sure that you also go in email blasts and that you get some other social stuff. And then the platinum is where we get on the phone every month. So we get on the phone every month and have a discussion about because sometimes you won't necessarily post about the best thing. Like you'll post something good, but it won't be the best. Like, you did a show, but you met with this person and then this thing happened. And really, if you talked about this, then you could bring up this, and this, and have their name in there, which will bring more people. Just like how you had to post with Wayno. I was like, bro, you bearing the lead. This should be in the headline and this, like moving shit around. And then when you read it, it's like, oh shit, that was special. Just that type of shit. And so like, and in that's just like having an idea of what you're doing moving forward so that you can also plan, okay, so when I do this thing to get content so that you could be thinking strategically about what your next update is going to be. And when you're doing things, how to integrate things together so that it's helping tell the story and making it all connect and make more sense. And so like, that's the same thing. Like the updates is like how I said, you got stuff that's going to get people's attention. And then they get to your page and they see all the other shit you did. The same way to single, find and feed. That's the whole thing. So you got the thing that's going to find them and the shit that's going to feed them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah. So, but nah, bro, we definitely locked in. Yes, there's gonna be some good shit. Good year. Like you said June 13th.
Yeah, June 13th.
You already got a flyer for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Post it on the events page.
Okay.
So when you go on the site, go in the event section and then submit an event, post the flyer, put all the description and information in there. So when you see the events that get posted on the site, that's how you're a member, so it automatically is going to get approved. Like, as long as it ain't no bullshit. Like, people be posting their albums in the event section. Like, bro, this ain't what this for.
Yeah.
Like, post the event, it'll go out on the music, business, event, Instagram, and then it'll get posted on the main page as a collab.
Okay, that's a bit. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I may be interested in upgrading my membership too, though. But I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll put it together.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
All right. Appreciate you tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Dude, Dynamik. I feel so wrong using this sound effect.
Definitely gun bars. Definitely gun bars.
Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Appreciate it.
Oh, hold on, wait. I don't know. How can I not?
There you go, play a song.
It's a different pocket, I'm a trending.
I'll leave out like this.
Hallelujah. On the tower, I be seeing photos. I be know they always watching the Ooh, yeah. You can get me on 75. With me, baby, leave by my side. You know her bottom super size. Yeah, see the truth, I cannot lie. Dynamik, they know I'm the man. No, I ain't got nothing to prove. They hating, I don't understand. I'm a winner, they want me to lose. Working my moves. Yeah, that momentum, it turned into motion. I'm in my groove. Red Bull and do say that's a magic potion. Going hard, nigga, it ain't no stopping me. Want it all like I'm playing Monopoly.
Never sing on the line.
Y'all be all the way off. Hershey kiss paper, they don't
the timing be off.
Mama, don't worry. I done did favors, I'm a risk taker.
Got a lip sync.
I run up the scope. Yeah, too much, gotta give me some more. I put on the show. You ain't know, now you know. Yeah, dude, we gon' blow. He a runner, I run up the scope. Never too much, gotta give me some more. I put on the show. You ain't know, now you know. Yeah, dude, we gon' blow. It's a different pocket, I'm a trending topic, you can never stop it, ooh yeah. On the tower, I be seeing photos, I be know they always watching the ooh yeah. Ooh, yeah. Easy work. Ooh, yeah. Nigga, why would you even think to try me? When you know the chance of winning isn't likely. Back in that mode, you know how I go when I get in that mode. I'm back back in that mode. You know how I go when I get in that mode. Back in that mode for sure. Gotta keep it composed, not orchestrate. Remember time feeling at my lowest. I was down bad, I wasn't seeing straight. Mama died in that neon. My heart was cold and froze on Freon. All them losses made me a king. Now I'm a line like Leon. Hard ball, boy, I ball hard. No, I never played it safe. Trusting in God and I bet on myself. Yeah, I knew He would make a way. Yeah, only a matter of time before I read the benefits of the grind. Only a matter of time before I read the benefits of going for mine. There's a different pocket, I'm a tree and top of you can never stop it, ooh yeah. On the tower, I be seeing photocopy, know they always watching, ooh yeah. Dude, that's ooh, ooh yeah. Yeah, ooh, yeah.
Banger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Get your sang on. Yeah.
You know what? All right, bro. I appreciate you tapping in. I just had to let them hear it one time before you get
Appreciate
up
you,
out of here.
man. Appreciate you, man. Take it easy, bro.